Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for D&D show you can find online. From last we left off, the companions of fate confronted Red after she murdered her possessed father and soon after slaughtered 3 innocent men. Arwen took a stand against Red, disagreeing with her actions, regardless of the reason, while everyone else kept their lips sealed for the most part. But an understanding was met as Red confided in all of you of her worries with leading the Wanderers in her father's stead and how to get around those obstacles. Theron headed away to set things in motion following the death of Darius Princeton, and with Gerald unable to find that forged will, you began to head through the small streets and markets of the newly reclaimed and freed Geralf in search of Finn's very desired bath. You found a large group of masons constructing statues of your liking, honouring you as heroes to the city, and very quickly after you dealt with a few selfish and sour folks, you all headed to the treasured bathhouse Deep Jugs. And after a strange greeting from the host, Finn completely ate shit from a really bad cannonball. Arwen perched upon a marble bench. Gerald and Tara gently soaked in the incredible sensation from the communal bath. Even though it was filled with chimp-like humanoids, an entire group of Hadozi. Now, after a quick ritual washing, a trade of stories of home, and gifts exchanging hands, you all parted ways from the Hadozi and made it back to the Wanderers, and you quickly heard the melodic voice of Pop Pop blaring into your ears as he ushered you all to sit and witness the long tale of Pop Pop's time in the duel. And this is where we pick it up. So, as all of you are sat around and you've made it back in and been very quickly reintroduced to Pop Pop, and you all sit down around him. Theron, at this point, what are you doing at this point?
Having a shuft, no joking.
Taking a shit.
Taking all your shit. Well, I'm finishing up doing the rules for the council, blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
paperwork, setting it up. And then I want to go meet Red.
Okay. So I'd say I'd say right now you've just finished up with Olivia going over different council things and general rules for Geralf as a society and a city moving forward.
Yeah.
Put down all the precedents, put down everything that you need as of now. Still awaiting the riders to come back with news from other villages around. And you are making your way back through Geralf to the small little hovel with all the Wanderers in. But while you're walking back, all of you sat around Pop Pop, and you notice he looks so excited and intrigued to actually talk with people again. And he just continues. So, what happened? When we were in, was that place called Whirl something? Weird's Whirl. When we got ambushed by all the little goblin fucks. Well, I felt like a slight tingling sensation when I was outside and I was waiting with Mal and Rome, and we were just waiting until you all came out, and I began to feel like a slight tingle, and I thought, someone might have been invisible tickling me in the bollocks or something, but they weren't, and before I knew it, all I could see was just red. All around me, everything just had this red tint over. And then it went completely pitch black. And I don't know how much time passed, or how long that was actually, in this blackness. But then I remember the first thing I saw was this creepy little parrot fuck just staring at me as if he was like holding me. And I have to say, I'm not one to get scared, but I was really worried that he was going to do something a little bit, below the belt.
We did tell you he was a creepy fuck.
I know, but witnessing it firsthand now, I can tell he was definitely one of the little bit extra creepy. But I saw some of you. And it was something. It was really weird. A couple of times, because he put me or this jewel on a chain, and he had me around his neck, and when all of you were fighting in the clock tower, I got to see it firsthand. It was like a front row seat to a... Have you ever been to these things called a theatre?
Can't say I have.
Imagine someone just telling a story to you. They're telling a story and they're acting out what the characters are doing, and it was incredible. I got to see all of you fight, and I did get to see Melon and his final moments, and I've had my cry. I've had my time to process. But yeah, I didn't really see much after that until Gerald and Braun were looking directly into me, and I kept on screaming. I don't know if you could hear me or not.
Not a word.
That's good, because you don't want to know I was screaming at you. But
I'm sure it was only nice things.
Of course it was. But before I'll know it, Braun just gets that huge fucking hammer and goes to hit me, and before I know it, I'm in my body again, and I'm back.
Sounds like some major trip.
It was something.
You'll be glad to know it's only about 3 days you were gone.
Okay, so you haven't missed me all too much then?
No.
Well, we've missed you, obviously, a lot. But, yeah,
Good.
we knew you were close enough.
Okay. So you weren't worried that I was just dead?
Oh, we had some worry. But we had hope. Surely Taratai was looking over you. Yes.
Of course, whatever made up God
Of
that
course.
is.
I'll just slide tear. A bit smell or a small, if you can hear.
But you two, just pointing towards Finn and Aaron, you said something about falling from the sky. Now that really is interesting. Would you like to elaborate?
It's no big deal, really. We're essentially space pirates. Doing pretty badass stuff. Earning a lot of money, you know. And then we got hit by a bunch of asteroids, fell down here. Pretty much single-handedly, you know, helped out, do everything that's needed doing. Took a quick bath. So...
Roll a deception check for me, please.
That's a dark stuff.
You are not prepared.
He does say he made a lot of money, but he didn't bring a lot of money.
And you see Popov's glare just look over to you, Tara.
It's amazing what you lose when asteroids hit.
No, well, so we didn't get paid technically for the last job because we got.
Oh,
hit
we've
with
heard that story
asteroids,
before.
You see,
Luke Theron.
that was a
Theron
23.
Look towards in Theron's direction, realizes he's not there. Shit.
So, how much money did you make?
Well, we were due to make about 25,000 platinum, give or take.
Eyes are wide open.
Okay,
But
so
instead, all we've got to show for it's this bag of mushrooms, which you can try if you want.
and you just see Pop-Pop's
Great
like
times.
you see Pop-Pop's like mouth just looking at that little pouch, and you hear Maddie as he leans over. Stupid cunt. And you see Pop just look over. You and me are gonna have a talk later. I think I'm gonna like you. and you see Maddie. Fuck me.
Wait. Speaking of, were those mushrooms your job? Or was
What
that
was
just
that?
were those mushrooms your job? Or is that just an extra you packed?
Yeah, I think this was what I was supposed to give in, but you know, if we're not getting paid, then I'll probably just keep these until I can find a buyer. There'll be people out there who pay a pretty penny for these mushrooms, let me tell you.
You hear straight away, just behind you, off like towards the corner of the bar. Did you say mushrooms?
This guy again. Papa, have you spent 3 days with this guy?
I think some gratitude is expected. Otherwise, you'd still have a huge gash in your tummy. Would you like me to take a look again?
I offered you gratitude after the last time you licked the blood off your fingers. And I believe you turned it away. So, no Indian givers.
Very well. Well, I shall go make a start on your excitement potion. Goodbye. And as he kind of like walks away, you see him just like kind of turn at the door, looking straight to you, Finn, and you just see him and wander through the door. And at that point, Theron, as you're making it back to the small hovel, just as you turn the corner, you just bump into the doctor as he. Oh.
I check stuff on me.
You're
Make
fine.
sure I've got everything. It's fine.
And
Sorry about that.
That is quite all right. Do you need any medical care?
I prefer you fuck off and I enter this place.
Very well. Good night.
Toodaloo.
And he just
Weird fucker.
just wanders off. And just in that moment, as Finn, you are just, getting your senses back after that traumatizing lip lick. And
It's a nice name.
yeah,
Dr. Liplick.
Dr. Liplick.
And everyone's just reeling back from what just happened. The door just very gently just like swings open slightly as Theron comes through.
Hey!
What the fuck is up with that guy?
Don't even ask.
He's a weird cunt that has a hotch for Finn.
Yeah. At least it's not for me for a change.
Don't worry, there's still time.
Is Braun in this room?
Yeah, you see Braum is passed out across one of the benches, and still just.
I'm just going to cast him an uncomfortable look when you're talking about people falling for one another.
I would like to cast a message towards Theron now.
Yeah.
I will point
Can't
at
spell. No, I'm joking.
It would work. I'd like to just whisper to him. That's not Maddie, it's Red, but keep up the illusion.
And I'll use telepathy back at you and be like, I know, I was there.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I know. And I'll just nod, Red. I'll just be like, I'll use telepathy. I'll be like, is it all right if we can talk at some point? You can't. Just nod.
And openly, you just hear Maddie look as he looks over at you, Theron. What do you want, cunt?
I came to apologize in front of the Wanderers for. What was that noise?
I don't know. So a bird's dying.
It's on my side, probably. It's on my side. Just.
I'll just be like, I'm just apologizing in front of the Wanderers.
Shut your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. As Maddie stands up and walks over to you. And as he does, he kind of just grabs onto your shoulder and starts pulling and tugging you towards the door.
Hey,
Don't you fucking say a word. Don't you fucking say a word. You don't fucking apologise. You don't be a little pussy cunt, do you? You don't get fucking outside. And he just like pushes you and hurls you outside, and all of you just see the door slam.
Again? Should we check? No, we should check.
I think we're going to have a great time together.
Who wants to make a bet if he comes back alive?
I'm in on that. And you see Pop just pull out a silver coin.
Yeah. Silver that he comes back, I say.
Silver that he doesn't make it back. And if he does, he cannot speak anymore. And
we'll leave that in the middle.
yeah, and just as you place the coins down, Theron, as Maddie shoves you outside and slams the door, the smoke quickly dissipates. What?
And I'm just like,
What?
Jesus
What
Christ.
the fuck are you doing?
Did you have to be so fucking rough?
Did you have to be all soppy? Oh, I'm gonna apologise in front of the Wanderers like they give a fuck.
Yeah, true.
You show any fucking weakness, and they'll eat you alive.
I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I can shoot everyone with magic.
Not me. And if you go all really fucking, oh, I'm sorry, and just try and hug me, I'm gonna have to fucking stab you, over and over and over.
I never mentioned anything about hugging.
While you were all you just hear a very muffled voice of Finn.
I was just wondering if I could talk to you about an idea that I've got.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
What are you Wanderers doing?
Well, I'm staying and I'm joining the council because I want power and I want to be able to stick around. So when you all come back, I can see Terra and maybe a couple of the others.
Yeah. I've already sorted out a position.
Okay, good. Me and some Wanderers are going to stay. Well, my dad is going to go with the other group, and just none of them may or may not make it back.
Well, that's up to you.
So,
however,
then that means that I can be just me.
Mm-hmm.
And lead the Wanderers because Dad, my dad's gone, so he's not coming back anytime soon.
Leader.
Yeah.
Same with me. My dad's gone. Set up a council for the town.
Yeah, but your dad was a massive cunt.
Apparently so. Just like me, probably.
Yeah. So, is there anything else?
Yeah. I was thinking, with that dark entity,
okay,
that sort of took over your dad and killed him.
Uh-huh.
Well, you killed him, but you know.
Thanks for reminding me.
Dramatic event. Brought back on.
Foot stepped in. I was just thinking, I'm gonna set up like shops in different towns to maybe gather information about this dark entity. I was wondering, would you, as the leader of the Maddie is the leader of the Wanderers / you, be willing to put Wanderers in each shop that I set up? And then
Why?
you can have bases in every single city.
That sounds like a really good idea. Yeah, I'll take that straight away. Just saying though, if anyone, guards, royalty, bounty hunters, assassins, anyone comes to other places of your business because of us, well, it's an occupational hazard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, is that a good deal?
Yeah.
Okay. And she shakes your hand. Are we going back in now?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but by the way.
Yeah.
I am sorry about your dad. I'm
glad you're getting out now, rather than fucking saving it for there, because all of them will think you're a massive pussy. So,
do you wanna hug a little?
If you come near me with your arms open, a blade's going in you.
Yeah, no change there then.
Yeah. One thing I'm gonna have to do though, and I'm not sorry.
Just slap me about a bit. Yeah, I know.
I'm not sorry. So,
do you want to chuck me through the door and I'll jump and sort of make it look?
No, it's okay. What we'll do is I'm just going to give you a little bit of a bruise, and then we'll both walk back in. Okay.
Do we have to?
And she just like swings for you. 16 to hit on arm strike.
You know my AC is only 11.
Okay. So.
Are you shield? No joke.
I mean, no offense. One time it would actually stop it. But
Yeah.
Just as you're asking if she's sure, she just in a flash, you just feel. I just a punch just racks across your cheek and your jaw, and straight away you just feel that soreness just begin to build all across your jaw. And
Any more?
just look up to the light for a second. No, you're okay. And you see the smoke just bellow out again.
Do you want to chuck me through the door at least?
No, it's a little fucking overkill. We'll just.
Whoa, yeah, the voice threw me off. Sorry.
We'll just go in. Remember, just don't be.
What? Do you want to hold my hand? What?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just throw me through the fucking door.
Yeah. All right, ready? 1, 2. And he just launches you through, and you kind of like just like get the doorknob just a little bit so it opens a bit, so you're not going against the whole hinges. As all of you just in a moment of just waiting and just kind of looking around and just peacefully like just having a breather after everything, the door slams open as you see Theron and just like gets thrown through the door and begins to roll, and you see like a huge bruise against his cheek and jaw, and you see Maddie walk in, and that'll be the last time we fucking talk about it. Do you understand me, cunt?
Yeah, I understand, boss.
Alive, thank you. I'm taking the 2 silver.
Oh, are you kidding me?
You thought I was going to die, didn't you, Pop-Pops?
Well, of course, that's only the most logical decision.
How much did you lose?
1 silver.
I'll just chuck him a silver. There you go.
And that is why we can take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And as you see Maddie go and begin to speak to some of the wanderers, as you see some of them are packing some bags up. Pop looks at all of you. So, this is the new companions.
Companions of fate.
Okay.
Assuming we don't drag any more people along, yeah. We're doing pretty good.
Okay. So, both of you, Finn and Aaron. I've got one question for both of you. Oh, probably a slew of questions, but this is the first just to tip off the deck. Are you going to be bringing any trouble to all of my nephews and grandchildren?
Most definitely.
That was the wrong answer.
And you see Pop-Up just glaring at you, Finn, just trying to gauge you a little bit.
Trouble often means coin.
Well, as long as it's more coin than you brought back from your amazing adventures away.
I'm just going to shake the bag of mushrooms in his face. So we don't want one?
No, I don't want one.
Good choice. They are wild.
And just at that, Pop-Up turns to you, everyone. And what about you? Are you going to bring any death and destruction?
Just gonna shake my head. Arms folded.
Strong, silent type. Okay, well, as long as you don't stab any of them in the back, I won't have to hunt you down. And I tell you what, both me and Lurch will hunt you down. It doesn't matter if he has to walk across all of Valdur. We will hunt you down.
I'm gonna pull out my bow as soon as he says hunt, shoot it across the room and smash someone's glass out of the hand.
Okay, roll an attack roll for me.
Come on, that one.
Through somebody's
Pop-Pop
eye.
in the face.
It's not good.
Feels
Yeah,
like
14.
14's okay.
Yeah.
You quickly draw your bow,
Hit
draw an arrow,
somebody's hand as well.
and just let go. And as the arrow hurls through the air. You see one of the little goblins is just hunched over, sitting on the table, just about to take a sip of the drink, and the arrow just knocks the drink away. But you do notice the arrow kind of goes off course for a moment, and as it goes straight towards the wall, you see a small child is just sitting there, and just in that moment, you kind of notice them like look at something on the ground, and they go ah, and like lean down, and the arrow just into the wall just above where their head was going to be.
Okay, and then I'll confidently say to him, "Only I do the hunting."
Well, it was nearly a good kill shot, so I'll give you that. So, what are all of you doing now?
Herding.
Drinking.
I think we're staying here enough for Theron to finish his shit. And then, I'm not sure about everyone else, but we were thinking about maybe going back to where Melon lives and you live, back home.
Goldron.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be heading back there soon anyway, so if you want, you can tag along.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Pop-ups, don't you want to pay respect?
I have.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry.
And also, I had a word with, that really arrogant, cocky piece of shit.
Which one? There's so many nowadays.
I'm gonna look at Finn.
I'm gonna look at you back.
Just as Pop-Up looks over his shoulder towards Maddie. That little prick in the trench coat.
Oh, right, yeah.
But he's helped me out a little bit. A few of the Wanderers are going to head up to the clock tower and essentially cut him free so we can take him home.
Oh, fantastic.
But I have warned them.
You had a heart, Maddie.
And you just see Maddie as he's like talking over to some people. And he just fuck off, cunt. He turns back.
Dead.
So we're going to take Melon home where he belongs. I have warned them though, if they chip any part of his body off, then I'll snap the face off.
I instantly look at Gerald.
I'm not gonna mess with that one.
Just making sure.
For now.
But all of you just
Right.
enjoyed relaxing in a bath.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
That was the big plan.
That explains the smell. We're clean.
No, watch this.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, just as you
I'm
but
fresh.
completely
This take
spotless.
every bit of dirt and smell off me.
Yeah, but you look clean. We look clean on mentally, spiritually clean. You.
Oh, right.
If you're
Oh, I can feel the
Whoa. Terror, you say spiritually clean, except you've got the essence of a dark being inside of you.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
I've still got
Really?
the best, better side than us.
Ah.
Well, apparently having a bit of feet on you makes you clean. That's interesting.
you know,
Right.
Tara,
Right, so
hold Theon, I just have one burning question.
Go
Tara,
go for it.
Yes.
speaking of dark entity inside you, what the fuck happened to you?
Oh. Yeah. I gained horns. I've also decided to change my skin. I don't actually know. I think when the entity came out and went into me, because I was such an empty vessel, as you would say, I gained some, I want to say, belonging back, maybe. I don't really know. I'll tell you as I do, but
We're still on
Yeah.
the fence of whether we need to stab her yet. But
Yeah, I'm on the fence of me stabbing myself. So.
Okay, well, at least until we get back home, if you need to be stabbed, just let me know, and no hard feelings.
No worries. Obviously I'll feel bad, but still. I don't have any plans on doing anything bad, so.
Okay, well that...
Theron just grabs a drink from the table while he's still on the floor and
Yeah.
starts drinking.
Well,
anyway,
I'm going to...
Theron, have you sorted out your shit?
Mm.
Purple.
Oh, you're on about me. Well, I've sort of set up stuff. I might need to go say a quick goodbye to Olivia before we go, but other than that, I think we're pretty much okay.
But once you've done work, fucking amazing.
Are we are we going to help move the big guy?
We've got Wanderers, do that.
Yeah, but we can act as a procession and make sure
It's-
that we're going that way anyway.
It's completely
well-
okay. That prick has said that his boys are going to go and almost free him as much as they can. But then on the way home, I guess you can tag along with me.
Guess.
Sounds good.
I'm not
Sounds
going
like
with
a
this
plan.
guy.
We need.
Oh.
What if we encounter more trolls?
What?
We need some more fun, right? What if we encounter more trolls? Or ogres, whatever the fuck they were. Big
Oh.
things.
If we do, Lurch is going to have a really hard time running around. But it will be fun.
Right then, guys. Do you want to get everything set up, and I'll go quickly say goodbye to Olivia?
Well, Theron, I actually want to ask you something. Wait, two things.
Great.
One is, can you make a official documentation that we own the ship, and we can bring it to the here harbour, or your harbour? Because obviously,
What you mean? What the fuck are you on about?
There's-
What harbor? We don't have a harbor.
don't you have an air one?
No. Not in Geralf. Do you know how hard it is to get an airship?
Well, make one, and then write the official. But definitely for you to actually say that we own that ship, because obviously we can't forge your own signature then. But make
Yeah,
two
but
copies.
I thought Gerald already forged.
Well, yeah, but you
document
are an
for you.
official person to be like, it's official. Make a few
Yeah, but
dodgy letters that you officialize.
I mean,
us.
I can sign one before the council gets set up, I suppose. But
And put us obviously all on the council.
if
So
if
we
you
have some
want,
general input.
I can always say it's a part of official business from Geralf.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I just wanted to ask you that. That's all.
I don't know. We can hammer something out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Aaron, just as this conversation's going on, you notice towards the back wall, through one of the small windows, you see just a small raven and just perch on the windowsill and just like look over to you. Before it just like flutters and lands on Maddie's shoulder for a moment. And as Tara and Theron are all talking and Gerald is having his input, and Finn is enjoying his drink, you notice a very worried look on Maddie's face when the raven lands on her shoulder.
I'm going to attempt to whistle the raven over.
Okay, roll a animal handling check for me.
Not one.
Nice.
You're
So you,
It's a 4 with my animal handling.
okay, you go to whistle, and it basically comes out.
Oh, Harold, what are you doing, man?
Drink go down wrong?
Yeah, I'll offer you my drink.
Do I notice Matty's expression change?
No, you're talking with Terra.
Talking with me.
Listening to you.
But Aaron, shortly after,
Not Karen.
you see a small hand, or you see the raven kind of just through the window, and then in mere seconds you see a small hand just reaching through the window very gently, holding a small envelope that Maddie just instinctually reaches out, kind of not even looking at it, and just takes it, and you see the hand disappear, and you, because everyone else is talking, you are just keenly eyed onto this, and as the hand just pulls away, you instantly hear just a as the raven flies away, and you see Maddie just begin to like open the parchment very subtly and like to himself as he takes a couple steps away from the group of wanderers getting ready, and he's just looking down, and you see him reading and staring at this one piece of parchment.
I'm going to walk over to Marty. I'm going to look over his shoulder.
As you kind of just like walk up behind and look over his shoulder, as the shadow casts across the parchment, you just see it like flick to him. What the fuck are you doing, cunt?
I'm going to pick up his empty glass, or his glass, and say, I think you need a refill. And then go and get it refilled at the bar.
Okay, you see like a weird smile, almost like a forced smile at this point. As you can tell, like as you saw in his eyes, even though he's still, still very like dominant and bossy and like a bully. You just saw in his eyes as you grab his glass and offer a refill and just about go away, and you do see a slight worry in his eyes.
I know that I'm Gary. I'll go and put his drink on the bar, ask him for a refill. I'm gonna walk back up behind the rest of the guys, and I'm gonna say in Druidic, behind.
Yeah, because we all understand that.
Yeah,
Well, I can't tell that, and the only language I know that none of you speak except for Terror is Druidic. So I'm gonna say to her in Druidic that Matt has just received a covert message and now looks really upset. Or no, not upset, shocked.
What does that sound like?
Trees.
Yeah, maybe there's like rustling wind, some panpipe noises, a few bird calls. Yeah, something like that.
Well, you straight away convey that message to Terra, and Terra, like as you're speaking with you on it, kind of getting to that closing point, your eyes kind of like shoot up a little bit as you hear Aaron just gently whispering Druidic behind you.
I will shove my hand in Theron's face. Just shut him off, even though I'm going to want to.
I'm also gonna sprint out of the place.
Okay.
Boot the door open and jump straight up the air and see if I can catch an eagle-eye view of who handed that note through the window.
Okay.
Tear your hands sweaty.
And you just launch up into the air, and you just spread your wings out and go into that glide as you drop slightly, and you begin to look around. Roll a perception check for me. I'll say because it's still daytime, it's just standard roll. Actually, I'd say advantage because you know what you're looking for. And all of you just see everyone just bolt out of the door of the home.
Probably.
I'll
26.
26.
as that happens, I just bamf out and walk out
Okay.
and use my no.
As your eyes are covered, and Terry's just like almost closing your mouth and nose shut, and you just walk out as well in that moment, and your snowy
My eyes are
owl,
softly descending.
your snowy owl just apparates right on your shoulder.
Follow Aaron and see what he's after.
And it begins to
Just
fly
because I'm
out.
lazy.
Yeah. Roll a perception check for me with the owl stats, Theon, and Aaron with the 26. The only thing you see in the sky, you hear gasps of shock from the townsfolk as you run out, and you see all of them kind of like, going on with the business, and you see one little kid like kind of like just like wander up or like very close to you. Hello, you're my hero. And you leap up and away, and you hear a couple like parents. Oh, by the gods! As you
15 plus 3.
Okay. The only thing in the sky that you see flying away,
Oh no, I'm looking down.
Are you
I'm
looking
looking
down?
to see if anyone.
Okay, well, I'll say just with a 26.
I'll cover everything else then.
Okay, with a 26, because you do get high enough and you are able to get like an eagle eye view of the ground,
Yes.
as well as in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't notice anyone subtly moving around. You don't see anyone running away. You don't see. The only thing you catch just in the glimpse as you start coasting and gliding is a little young girl that has just started crying and running away and being cuddled by the mother. But the only one thing you do see, and it's the only other thing in the sky except for you just see that small raven flying off and away southward. Southwest.
Do I see this or not?
For your owl, you flutter out, and as you
19 or 2.
as you quickly take the you take out of the window, and you are just through the crowd and up slightly. You quickly fly past that crying girl after you saw like Aaron leap away from her, and you coast a little bit and get a little bit higher, and you just see Aaron flying, just gliding and coasting around. You see his large eyes just looking around everywhere, but not really in any not really in any direction.
I'll fly next to him and just like.
Aaron, as you're coasting, just up next to you, in your ears, you hear like a very slight, and you turn your head slightly, and you see a snowy owl. And as it levels up to you, you just see the head.
Can I understand his hoots?
You made that way creepy then.
I know. I'll say you understand the hoot as a very sort of like, a very like not really a language, but like you get the sense that it's very curious. It's a curious hoot.
Yeah, I'm going to go back land in front of the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
quickly
just
coast
walk
down.
back.
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, superhero landing
Yeah.
in front of those kids.
Okay, yeah. you just nosedive and just land on full hero landing, and you see the little girl. As you stand
I'll
back,
just walk.
yeah.
I'll just walk back to the pub.
Okay, and just at this point,
You're on the
Terry,
floor at this moment.
yeah, you're on the floor with the hand still on your face as Terry's like looking over and talking to someone else.
Terry, you can get your hand off me.
And then use Theron's face to kind of get up.
Okay. Theon just go as Aaron re-enters through the door calmly.
But with the knowledge of that he's got something of a coded message, I'm going to like try to walk in a direction where I could probably look from an angle, or to see if I can approach him stealthily to a degree.
What, to Maddie?
Yeah.
Roll
Or
stealth
to
check.
see if I can see if it is from a distance, and if not, I want to walk closer to him to a point where he won't notice, but I can then
Roll the stealth
get
check for me.
Can do.
And
Compensate.
remember, this is against Red's perception.
I'm going to
Good luck.
use
Whoa,
my
rolled high too.
lucky
Okay.
stealth. Okay, it's non-natural 20. It's probably not.
So
Gonna be
what
nowhere
was
near.
non-natural 20? Okay.
Non-natural 20.
You kind of get low for a moment just as you get up using Theron's face, and you just begin to gently creep.
Thank you.
And about 3 feet away from Maddie or so, just as you see him like looking down with his back to you, you get 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot just behind him, and right there you just hear him say, "What do you want?"
I want to talk to you, geezer.
And he just like turns like head over the shoulder. "Remember, I'm Matty."
You're a fucking geezer.
"You're
No.
gonna get me in fucking trouble. What do you want?"
Good. I want to talk to the fucking boss.
"Well, that's a good fucking thing. I'm the fucking boss."
Exactly. So, Theron had an idea, which I want to have a talk with you.
And you see Maddie's like hand kind of like just trail and like put something just in a small coat pocket.
Well, let's be honest, we both know that you don't fucking like him. So, how about
Yeah.
if we have a civil conversation and we can let this non-geezer on the floor?
You still don't know what geezer means, do you?
Oh, we really do. I'm going to start walking towards probably the place where Theron had a speak with Matty, and I'll open the door.
And you see Maddie just turn for a second up to a small group of about 15 or so wanderers packing their bags. "You lot cunts, make sure you're ready for nightfall. That's when we go. Do you understand me?" And you just hear all of them silently nod and keep going back to their bags. "It's good being a fucking boss." And he follows you through.
Okay.
And the door just closes behind you.
I'm gonna help Theron up off the floor and covertly tell him what I saw. Covertly tell him that
So what
a
does that sound
message
like?
appeared.
I'll extend my hand out.
As I've grabbed your hand, I'll be like,
Wow, your feathers are really soft. Too soft. Do you use lotion?
It's the steam.
It plucks off the feathers.
I'm going to tell him that Matty sent a message southwest.
Ah, southwest. Do I know what southwest is? In the immediate vicinity?
Southwest.
West from south.
West from
South
south.
from west.
I'll bring up the map for Geralf, if everyone wants to look there. Southwest could be anything from Balagost all the way past Oscar, and onwards down out of the Fjall and further through Yilderheim.
I was going to say, is this the route we would have taken if we would have gone straight direct?
Yes.
But
Yeah,
we took the diverted route.
I can't actually access Roll20, so.
Oh, you're amateur, aren't you? So,
What's southwest then?
Southwest, at least in the immediate vicinity of the Fjall,
Yeah.
just outside Geralf, is Balagost and Oshkar, and then further
what else? Balagost.
Balagost and Oshkar. But then
Yeah. So.
further away is other
Yeah.
parts of the Elder.
Well, the only places here are Balagost and Ashkar. Going southwest. Other than that, I don't know what's further. By the way, what do you use on these sexy feathers? I as I've still got his hand, like his feathery hand, I just like, oddly pleasant.
Snatch my hand away.
Just at that point, as you're explaining to Aaron of where southwest leads to, Tara, you're outside and the door closes, and you see Maddie just like look around, and the smoke.
So, I've been told that you might have got some information.
Yeah, I know. The really tall owl thing was just, peering over my shoulder and being really fucking nosy.
He's concerned.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have just asked me.
Well, true, but you're Matty. We've got to make it look like we're
I'm
on your side, but not on your side.
Yeah, well, knowing everything that my dad did, and knowing contacts, history, friends, enemies, business dealings, I'm really, really fucking worried for all of us. And she just
Anything that we can help with?
She takes the small letter out of her coat pocket and just hands it to you.
Yeah, and I'll look at it in a distinct way to be like, no one else will be able to see it if they were looking through a window.
Okay, yeah, as you kind of just almost cup the side of it just so you can read it.
Yeah.
And
Theron's ears at the door.
Same. Over the top of him.
I'm having my 4th or 5th drink.
Yeah, Finn, you are getting pretty blasted on those frostbite fangs right now. Like you were close enough to join in Brawl. Passed out.
I'll just use telepathy at Finn. I'll just be like, give me a beer. Listening's thirsty. Work.
I mean, drunkenly slide a beer across the balls. Top.
You know what?
I'm not even there.
Roll a strength check for me.
He's like drunk.
It's not even at the door.
Terrible.
I'm literally by the door. What's sliding on the bar going?
You hear this Theron's voice in your head. Yeah. You grab one. And just and all you hear is.
Yeah, there we go.
Thanks.
And Tara, what's written on the letter? In common. It's been a while. I see where you're headed. And I'll be there. Signed, The Shepherd.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and then I'll fold the note back and I'll instantly give it back to Red.
He is someone that had some dealings with my dad, and we worked together for a while. He was really big into trading and black market dealings, and he ended up, getting into the money and the coin for these like weird devices that like fire, that will just push small little pellets and like little rock things to just go at an incredible speed, and these like heavy solid metal like contraptions, and he was selling them. My dad got into it a little bit of just selling them.
All you hear from the other side of the door, they're called guns.
I'm going to pull out of my bag of holding Duke's pistol.
Exactly like that.
What?
Exactly like those.
Okay, and then I'll put it back.
How did you get one?
Some non-geezer.
You still don't know what geezer means, do you?
I know enough.
Well,
Totally
anyway,
doesn't.
anyway, they had a contract.
Yeah.
He tried to double cross my dad. My dad did the obvious thing in killing most of his, right hand men. He wasn't able to catch the last one, and obviously it all went sour. And I mean, listen, they're no fucking joke. It got to a point where they killed our men, we killed their men, and it got back and forth so much. We just decided, or my dad decided, that we need to change the business, and that's how we became the Wanderers. And we do more jobs of in the shadows, quiet. No one knows we're there. If we're going to dispose of someone, no one's going to know that we had a hand in it, and we've had to hide away for the past decade now, purely because of this shepherd.
Okay. Obviously, the more the merry. But do you need us to come with you, or?
No, it's okay.
And where specifically was Matty going to go?
Well, we got a trade route over to Ferris Weir, and we got a couple of hit jobs over there. I think we were planning on stopping by Ashley's stand, but the thing is, though, this shepherd is exactly like me.
A geezer? With my thumb off.
Fuck no. But he knows a lot. He works the same, and if he wants to watch it and make sure you don't see them, you'll never see them.
Yeah, true, but the thing is that we've got you.
Yeah, but it's pretty fucking overwhelming.
I know, but the thing is you're better than your dad. And if you're welcome. And if he was like your dad, 1-on-1,
then I'll be better. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the good part is, then does that mean you would become the shepherd?
No, definitely not.
Or is it just a name?
Just a name.
Oh, okay. Well, still, your wanderers would increase.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Make more coin, take over their company.
Exactly. Easy. I don't know what you're worried about.
I will just say, the more you say it,
Yeah.
to you especially,
Yeah. I'm trying my best to kind of calm her down to not worry as much.
As you're calming her down and kind of just grabbing on either side of her arms and just kind of rubbing slightly and just kind of just trying to help her breathe.
Stress. Yeah.
A thought comes to your mind for a moment. You've heard of the shepherd before. You've heard that name once before, a long while ago, or a good while ago. And Red just looks at you. Okay, well, just saying we need to be careful. But thank you very much for calming me down and saying I'm so great, because I mean, let's face it, I fucking am.
You are. I know.
I'm incredible.
And you're a geezer.
Yeah, absolute fucking geezer.
Exactly. So anyway, you go back in, reasonably happy as Matty would be, but obviously not. And if you need us, and I'll pull out the stone. You know where to call me.
I know, I got it.
Cool. I'll put the stone back and I'll give a little tap on the ass.
Yeah, she just looks at you. She just looks at you. Later.
I know, go to open the door.
Yeah. Just as she's looking at you, like curious and smouldering eyes before you reach over it past her, and And she quickly.
And there's me, just like, oh, hello.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you two fucking stupid little cunts doing?
Oh,
Come on, Matt.
We were just.
Don't kill
We
him
were
now.
just.
Shut your fucking mouth.
we-
Do not. Come on, Matty, me.
we-
You two cunts.
we were
What the
just
fuck were you
listening.
doing?
Oh, we just listened to the door and see how it creaks. Yeah, we'll try and listen then.
Yeah.
Stop him! Stop him!
And you just see Maddie's gaze kind of like go over to yours, Finn. Although you can see about 4 Maddies standing in the same place. Shut up, cunt, or I'm gonna stab you again.
Yeah, you're probably about right. I'll just like turn around, start talking to Pop-Ups.
And where's my drink?
And Pop Pops is about 6 deep already with you. And then all you hear, like, as you turn back to Pop Pop's Finn, you just hear Pop Pop look at you dead in the eye. And at that moment, I swear to all of the gods that may or not be here, I thought I was going to pass out when I saw just when she gave birth for the second time. I thought the first was bad, but the second, it was a horror show. I thought, well, why did I do this? Why am I doing this to myself? Do you know what I'm coming from?
Can't say that I've got kids of my own, but yeah, you've shot yourself in the legs there.
I massively ruined my entire life. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You do not have kids. They ruin it. And he just like throws back another frostbite before he like goes and grabs another one straight after. Speaking of family, though, where's yours?
You don't want to know about my family.
I really do. You know enough about mine. Just give me something. Between friends.
Theron's intently listening in.
At this point, you're too busy listening to the door, so fuck off.
Passive perception.
No, not this time. So just give me a little something, just something a little juicy.
In my experience, family are all pompous, crude, and no fun. Do you see what I mean?
No, because apparently you've been in the wrong family.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Well,
Put it this way, I wouldn't be welcome back there.
well, that sounds
Yeah,
interesting. We will talk more about that soon.
Mm.
But until then, do you know if your grandfather is still alive?
My grandfather? Oof. No, I haven't seen my grandfather in nigh on 30 years,
Well,
probably.
that's good. Let's just assume he's dead and gone. But in that case, how would you like to be welcome to our family?
Mm.
We're a lot more fun.
Do I need to do anything? Do I need to be anywhere at specific times? Do I need to dress in a certain way?
The only one rule is don't be as wimpy as little girl over there. And you see him pointing straight to Theron.
You just see a mage hand, not hearing what they say, but knowing that they're looking over at me. I'll mage hand a finger.
And for quite a while, I genuinely thought he was just making my melon's life a living hell and just misery. Because, you know, as far as the good wife should be, little girl over there was not doing anything good for my melon.
Mm.
But
So do what I want, be how I want, dress how I want, and be less wimpy than Theron.
and
I can do that pretty easy.
one rule with our family: if your end is near, then you better go out fighting. You do not hide. You do not run away from anything. You run towards them, and you scream in the face of death.
I mean, I can say yeah for now.
That's good enough for me. Don't say another word. You'll ruin this relationship between us.
All right. And then I'll hold up my drink for a cheers.
And he goes for a cheers, and the one thing you notice is both of you kind of like drunkenly just clap them together, and very quickly both glasses just like shatter. Oh, shit.
Another?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And you both just reach over and grab another 2 each and put them in front of each other and start drinking. Tara, at this point, you walk
Just
in.
a hand in, face in hand when he says, "Stop."
And Maddie just continues to go over to the Wanderers and gives them a hand a little bit, like getting some bags ready.
When we all depart, that's probably when I'll mentally start talking to people.
Okay.
But for now, I'll grab a drink.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything immediately before the Wanderers begin to move out and they settle down?
During the whole sort of the drunk talk and the listening and thing, can I just find what I probably would perceive to be a couple more gullible Wanderers?
Roll a either perception or insight. Your choice.
Go perception. I'll go with that. That is 28.
Okay. You
28.
You see, that's bad. You see, amongst the crowd of wanderers who are leaving, you see just off to the side, you see a couple Durgar. That one of them has the sort of the generic sort of like big beard, big fiery red beard, red hair that is kind of like just matted and just uneven. As the other one you see is completely bald, completely clean shaven, and looks a little bit younger and a little bit more like wide-eyed as they're like packing a bag and like kind of struggling a couple times as the other Durgar begins to help them put stuff in their bag. The beard one as well though, it's a shorter beard. It looks almost well trimmed, but still some hairs poking out here and there.
Oh well, look, you two look like interesting fellows. Mind if I join you?
And you see like the clean shaven Durgar is just still like just putting things into bags with kind of like a meek little smile and wide eyes, as the other just turns to you. Excuse me. I'm his mum.
I am very sorry. You still look like an interesting person.
Person or fellow? Make up your mind.
You know what? I think I'll go with person.
What do you want?
I mean,
and you see that you see that point. She puts her hands on her hips, and it looks so ridiculous of like the still very very visible beard on this Durgar, and from any other angle looks like another Durgar man until she speaks, and she just puts her hands on her hips like this and just.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to play a game. Like, I'm sure you could even make some extra money out of it, I suppose.
Listen, we're not really that interested. And just as she says that, the Durgar behind her, I like games.
Excellent. Right, completely ignoring this woman now. I'm just gonna try and sit down in between me and her.
She just looks back at her son. Fine. Not that we've got things to do. And
it'll only be a minute, don't worry.
And you see the other Durgar like teeny bit, like a few inches taller than the mother, just look at the mother and just, I like games, and sits down with you.
This guy's a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
It's gonna be even better. Okay.
What's your name?
Off, my name is Gerald. So, what would you like to win as a prize? Would you like an object or would you like money?
I want a horse.
Very well. Horse it is.
And he just like turns to his mother, who sat down like very reluctantly and like tapping her foot, crossing her legs over. And he just like looks over to her. I like horses.
Right, but Gerald's going to get out a dagger and slam it into the table in front. Okay, so this game, very simple rules. We're going to bring the knife, and we're going to sing a little song. And we're just going to move the knife with the song. Okay?
I like songs.
Theron becomes interested and starts leaning on the bar and watching.
Right? I'll go first, just to let you see how it goes. And relatively slowly, it's going to be the, oh, I've got all my fingers, the knife goes chop, chop, chop. And if I miss the spaces, then fingers will come off. And if I hit my fingers, the blood will soon come out. But I played this, all the same, I played this game, because that's what it's all about. Oh, chop, 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 I'm picking up the speed. And if I hit my fingers, then they will start to bleed. And, you know, it can go at like a relative speed, but nothing too big. Go. And you lose if you hit your fingers.
And you just see like him looking wide-eyed at his mother and then back at you, and his mother's leaning. You really shouldn't. No, that's a silly idea. You don't need to do that. And just straight away.
I'll use telepathy and go, do it. Just do it.
I'll do it. As he like, he almost like projects to his mother in her face. And she just goes... and looks really disappointed in you, Gerald, of all people.
And I'll use telepathy and I'll whisper, I'll be like, you can win. You'll definitely beat him. You're the best.
And he just looks towards
I'm gonna
you.
walk.
He looks towards you,
I'm gonna
Gerald.
walk over there.
I'm the best. I'll win. And he just like goes to grab the knife.
I'll watch from a distance.
I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna get my bird pipes out. And when Gerald starts singing, I'm gonna.
You start playing the panpipes, okay?
Yeah.
Just at that point, Gerald, he looks to you. Is it your turn first?
I've had my go. Your turn first.
Okay.
Oh, I've got all my fingers.
And he just slams. And he just. And you just like look, and he just slammed the knife straight through his hand, the dead center of his hand, into the table. And you just see the mother just like looking to you, Gerald.
I'm gonna immediately
Told
put
you
my
this would
bird
happen.
pipes back.
That's everyone just slips the bandage back away.
He is not very good at this game. That's absolutely terrible.
It hurts.
I'll
Ignoring this, what kind of mother allows their son to play a game like this?
He just like starts sinking
I'll pull
below
it
the
out.
table,
I'll
clutching
go up
onto
and
his
pull it
wrist. Huh?
Oh.
I'll just go up and pull it out.
Okay. As you go over and you reach out through Gerald, like so almost like just like telling the mother off for letting him do this, as the Duergar is just like screaming out in pain. The panpipes have gone back. Finn and Pop Pop have just been interrupted by this wailing and just looking over drunkenly and seeing a Duergar with his hand just impaled. Well, that's an absolute pussy. And Theon just walks over and just tears the dagger out. And as
I'll start.
yeah,
Right,
and as you do,
back-
you see that little bit of blood just begin to just over the top of the wound, just begin to pour out.
I'll pad it. I'll pad it.
As you begin to as you begin to wrap up. It hurts so much. I'm dying. And you see the mother is still staring at Gerald. Why would you do that? Why would you let him do that? Why would you convince him to do that? What kind of person are you?
Very much arguably, he did it himself. I did nothing.
Do you think it's fair that you just coerce him into doing it? You trick him?
Man, if I may,
What?
I have the silver for his medical bills.
And she just looks back over to you, Gerald.
Mm.
It's going back in my pocket.
Fine.
Let me-
There you go.
There we go. It's all forgiven. Everything's well.
And you see just over your shoulder, Gerald,
Yeah.
Maddie just leans over. Is this cunt too weak?
You're pretty fucking weak.
Okay. And all of you see just hurl through the air.
Oh, here we go.
A dagger just hit dead center.
Can I use Chronal Shift as
For
a
a
reaction?
reroll.
Yeah.
Sure. Natural 18.
Oh, motherfucker.
As-
It's worth trying.
As you
it's worth
see
trying.
Maddie launch a dagger through the air, and it just it slams. Just you hear that of the breastplate crack as this very long and wide blade just slams into this Durgar's chest. I'm sorry. And just like slumps forward.
Question: does this person die?
It looks like they're quickly on the way.
Yeah. Through his chest.
Okay. If he
yeah,
does
he's
die,
totally fine, you know.
if he does die, I would like to know.
Okay.
Well, he is now currently.
Just at that point, you see the mother stand up, and like you see her like small little like fully black pupils staring towards Maddie. You are fucking dead. And she just like sprints towards Maddie and kind of goes for like a tackle.
Yo,
There's
And-
so much fucking
And
death.
as she kind of like she goes, but you notice that like one of the small little chair legs kind of catches her footing off. As she still goes for the tackle, but goes a lot lower and no purchase onto Maddie. As he just like in that moment, just instinctually, just and like slamming, like just pulling another dagger out and just in her back.
Oh,
it doesn't matter now.
Any other cunts gonna do anything fucking stupid?
I'm going to give Gerald a really dirty look. As dirty as giant
And-
owl glare can go.
And just at that point, as you see the younger Durgar man, the young man, you just hear that last little exhale of breath as he slumps down with that wide blades broken his breastplate and deep in his chest, as the mother now slumps down as the dagger is pulled out of her back and you hear of her body slam onto the ground. And everyone, you stare straight at Gerald. And that's where we're going to take a quick break and come back in just a bit to continue from
Jesus Christ.
there. Wow. Okay, well,
With a lovely, happy.
yes, happy first
You
half.
thought you were going to have uneventful, you know. Fuck it.
Well, it's definitely eventful. I didn't expect fucking murder. Oh,
Well, yeah,
murder.
Maddie killed one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Both
fair
of them,
point.
actually. So.
Self-defense on the second one.
We could just blame Gerald for them having to die. But anyway, to
At least he's got all of his fingers.
yeah, more or less. to everyone who stuck around, thank you for sticking around and watching so far. We're going to take a quick break again, so we're just going to go to the bathroom, we'll get some snackies, so if you need to, please do the same, and we'll see you back in just a short while. Oh. Hello and welcome back as we come back in. As the Companions of Fate have now started to settle down to a degree, whilst there were a few mindless deaths, a load of drinks, and a very suspicious letter signed by someone only known as the Shepherd. And Terra has, except for Red, has been the only two to read the letter. But as we come back in, after Gerald began to prey on the weak and convince them to join them in a game involving a knife, their fingers, and a table, after he confirmed to Maddie that this Durgar was way too weak, Maddie launched a dagger into his chest, and soon after the mother went to charge at him, he quickly disposed of her as well. And at that point, just as the body slumps down and heavily thuds onto the ground, and you hear that one Durgar just mumble that they're sorry before that last gargle leaves them, Aaron is staring at you, Gerald.
But doesn't Tyrone stare at everyone though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Staring at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sort of put my drink on the side. Be like, well, that sobered me up.
It hasn't done shit to me. And he just grabs your drink.
Fantastic. I mean, like, all right then, guys. What are we doing?
Well, I'm going to see my sister.
So we're waiting on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you need us to be there?
Not really.
Amazing.
Next question: is she hot?
You can fuck off.
So she's hot then.
What I know.
You see Maddie straight away kind of like shunt the woman Durgar's body just off of his leg. Okay, you three cunts, and just looking over to a couple of the wanderers that aren't packing their bags. Get fucking rid of these two. And then
I
you
will.
lot, we're fucking going.
I will pressure digitate the blood away and clean the scene.
It's all dissipated and clean. As you see two of the wanderers just go over and just grab from under the armpits on both of them and just begin to just drag them out the door. As all the other wanderers who have their bags packed, about 15, maybe about 18 or so wanderers, grab their bags and begin to funnel out of the door as well. And Maddie just kind of just stands there watching all of them after putting the daggers back in the sheaths. Come on, fucking move. Move, come on, don't be fucking slow. Oh, you fucking cunt, come here. And he just grabs a bag that someone's like struggling to carry and just fucking and launches it over towards the door. And just with a heavy, it just slams into the wall and down onto the ground. And he just leans into this wanderer, this smaller set human man. Very, very narrow shoulders and kind of a little bit wimpy looking, but just ugly enough to think, yeah, he's probably done some bad shit. And Maddie just leans in. You don't fucking look at me anymore, cunt. Go get your bag. Get the fuck out. And you just see this smaller human and just walks away, almost like wanting to put up a fight, but
Knows he'll lose.
yeah.
Is Aaron still staring at Gerald?
Question in general terms: do owls blink?
Yes.
They do,
nice.
but not very often.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you've never seen me blink.
Oh, okay.
Just two
They only blink when he
spotlights.
shits.
Yeah, yeah. Only when he pinches one off, you just see a big blink.
Yeah. No worries. I'm just gonna look at Aaron like shit. It looks angry.
I'm going to wander up to Aaron at this point and just kind of nudge you. And be
I'm not
like,
going to turn except
Yeah.
my head.
I go, I was gonna heal him, you know, but as things go, Maddie got involved, and well, natural selection. I feel at this rate.
Right. So what's going on? Because the last I saw you, you just kind of did a weird kind of spitting thing and then ran out the door.
I'll turn back and look at him. Owl stuff.
Cool. Keeping it vague. I like it.
Such a good explanation. Owl stuff. Need I say more?
You see,
This is just us and
it's
Matt.
it's all of you now. Braum is still passed out. Pop-Up is now passed out, and Maddie is there. But all the Wanderers, all the Wanderers have left. The ones that are staying have gone to help with the bodies and to get themselves ready for whatever jobs they'll be given later on.
Right then, I'm going to see my sister, and I'm actually going to see if we can use the mine to make rifles.
And
so we can produce.
You see Maddie's face
money.
Stare straight to you. You ain't doing that.
Matty?
Why? You get a cut out
and
of
the
it.
smoke bellows away. Because that's just how people get screwed over and go into hiding. You don't need any of those things. You don't need metal death machines.
Why are you so thinky about them?
Tara, do you want to tell everyone? If fucking worried me, that's why I didn't tell anyone until Tara asked. We're not doing fucking rifles or anything like that.
But they'll be able to protect the Wanderers if you have them.
All they're used for is oppression and death. That's it.
No offense, but we've got to face this fucking dark entity.
How about this then? You push through for that. You start making them. You get no Wanderers.
Okay.
I need a fucking walk. And
okay, before you go.
What?
Here's the guide to how to make them. Do what you want with it.
Fucking keep it. I don't want to fucking touch that. And she just walks away.
Well, I haven't been wanking over it, so.
What in general can I, like, off the top of my head, remember about?
Roll a history check for me, please.
I did want to, like, overnight think about back when, if I knew any more information in general. That's what's this? Sorry,
history.
Garbage 9.
So, Terror, what was that all about?
I'll tell you then.
You remember the name. You remember someone very confidently saying that name, and it has stuck with you. But to what relation?
It was enough to go.
You just,
I know.
Yeah, you can't remember. It's
so when we were outside, she showed me the letter Aaron did see, and it was a note to say that it's been a while. They know that the Wanderers were going to be heading to a destination, and they'll be there from the Shepherd. And I've heard of the Shepherd before. I just can't.
Have we heard anything? Somebody called the Shepherd, or is it specifically a Terror thing?
Both Theron and Gerald's. You recognise the name. Can you both roll history checks for me, please?
Yeah, I will.
17 plus 8.
Okay. So what's that?
4.
25? Okay.
He read a
Or
bit.
Gerald,
seven or eight.
Gerald, you just think, no, that's someone's stage name, and it's a shit stage name. Theron, though, 25.
Yeah, plus 8.
He remembers the dictionary description of
Yeah.
a shepherd.
Yeah. You recall it was when you were in Graldheim and you were around the temples, or around the temple, you remember the shepherd being murdered by Duke as his friend or boss. More of a
You know
boss.
what? I think I remember that. Duke, gun guy.
The guy that got the gun.
I think he mentioned the name, the shepherd. I think it was maybe his boss or friend, or
Well, that would make
maybe-
sense.
maybe it was part of the organization that
It would make sense.
shepherd's part of, or
Because Red was saying that a dad had they were friends, and they
why does that not surprise me?
well during to that he did the same kind of things. Apart from the shepherd, kind of went down the routes of bad things like
Does that
whatever
mean? Does that mean
trades.
Does that mean we're going to kill off the shepherd?
Oh,
Or-
I don't know. But they used to do dark trades. Red said, black markets, whatever that is. It's just painted markets. But they mostly sold guns.
Oh,
And then I'll pull out the same pistol to show Aaron and Finn,
Yeah.
predominantly.
It's the first
I'll-
time you've
I'll-
ever seen one of these contraptions. It's a solid metal body with a small barrel and a long, narrow barrel and a small handle. It's almost, I guess, in today's terms, it is pretty much a very DIY revolver.
and as that happens, I'll just go to my bag behind the bar and I'll get out the blunderbuss that I've got. Like, what about this one?
And Theron pulls out a similar metal construction, just a lot bigger and a lot longer, with a wide end of the barrel that almost looks like it spreads out, and you hear
Is
it
this
shake.
the one I made?
Yeah, you hear it all.
Yeah.
You hear it all shake as like kind of the parts click and clack, but then you do hear this like very significant like shaking sound just for a second as he moves it, and you can tell as like it's full of metal pieces or like ball bearings or pallets or similar to what you see is loaded in the small little pepper box pistol.
Is that why she's so against it?
The biggest one is that because this shepherd person was quite very bad. That even Matty, the original Matty, wanted to deviate. They didn't want anything to part of it. He actually ended up killing a lot of his right-hand men. Bar one,
Dead man.
that probably being Duke.
Yeah.
But
Well, shall we play by ear, and then if she gets
big-
contact, we can.
well, hopefully. But the thing is the biggest worry is that Red said she's the shepherd is a lot like Matty. He's very
Yeah, I can
good at
imagine.
what he does, this and that, blah blah blah. So we have to worry, and that's what she was worrying the most about.
I mean, you're worrying over the fact that Shepard's like Matty. Red is also like Matty.
And I know, but
I
I
know
was
you're
trying to
jealous.
say, I was
There's
trying to
too
say
many
to her-
Matties around here.
I was trying to say that Red is better than her dad, and if Shepard is like her dad, that means that Red is better than Shepard. And it kind of eased it down a little bit, but I do actually worry. Well, because he was most primarily in this gun-related stuff or these weapons, she doesn't want any part of it.
Great.
That's
So
why she
now I
was so
can't
against
produce them. Great.
Well,
They love bringing knives to a gunfight, apparently, so I can see why they keep losing.
obviously they work under shadows where they pussy around like shooters. From a
Fuck
distance.
that guy.
I know.
Oh my god, that guy. Ah.
Who's this Duke guy you're on about?
Oh, it was this cool,
Sexy
Leo-
Leonin, he was brilliant.
yeah, he was like this cowboy Leonin. He sounded like Matthew McConaughey. Who?
Ha.
Theron's weird. I don't know if you picked that up. He's...
Sorry, that was from another timeline, sorry.
Of course it was Theron.
Okay, he's
Again.
dead now, or
He's dead.
I can see you've got his gun, so I'm gonna assume that you guys killed him.
Yeah, he took
Oh,
a
we
few
didn't
cracks
actually
at us
get his
first.
gun. His gun was this rail rifle thing. I don't even know what that means. But let's put it this way. It chewed up the shed and almost chewed us up. Oh my god. We almost
Yeah.
died.
Okay,
He probably
you-
almost.
Go on.
No, go on. It was
I'm hearing a lot of negative stuff about these, whatever you call them, metal killing machines. Like,
And I'll chuck in the blunderbuss to catch. Finn.
oh yeah,
As you, and it's hefty. It really
It's
is. It's not super heavy like it's holding down, but wow, it's a lot heavier than you thought it'd be.
okay. I'm gonna
It's
look
not
at it,
loaded.
open it over, and be like, you know, now that I've got one, these are pretty cool.
You'd have to learn how to use it first.
Yeah, do I instinctually know to sort of put the butt against my shoulder, do you reckon?
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh no.
yeah, but you gotta look good while shooting. It's about a hip or nothing.
Yeah, otherwise
One
there's
hand
no point in
hold out like this.
Yeah, like full shotgun.
This is really insane.
Intelligence. What, 6?
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna shove my head down the barrel.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you see Finn turn the gun around with the barrel light, and he's just looking in.
I'll just take it off and I'm like, no.
Nice.
Just moves it
Yeah.
out.
Do you want to keep it? By the way, this is mine, and if I need it or want it, I will take it. But in the meantime, you can hold it, and we can perhaps practice later on.
Okay. Yeah, that could be cool. You can hold it though, this thing's heavy.
Oh, cheers. Great. The one party member who's skinny as fucking can't carry stuff. Great. I'll attach it back to me backpack.
Okay.
It's remarkably greasy now that I've held it.
Yeah, it's
I know,
slick.
I know, like, oh. Right then, guys, I'm gonna go to my sister, so pack everything and we can see what we want to do after.
Oh, she did mention that she was.
Oh, great!
Matty,
Another thing.
Matty was on the way to Ferris wheel. And I spellcraft has changed the name, so I fucked it up.
Ashlight Stan.
There. So, do you guys know where that is?
Nope.
I'm new here.
It's from the continent I come from.
Oh,
No offense. Far away. Never been.
never been to your homeland?
Not
Oh,
been to
it's
my
near
homeland.
you.
It's just never been up there. Jesus
Ah.
Christ. I'm on the
Um,
south side, God.
Well, I'm assuming they're going there. So maybe it might be worth just wandering with them.
Oh, wander with the wanderers.
Wander with the wanderers.
Wandering free.
Well, the good part
Great.
is if we go back to, fuck's sake.
Great. No
Um,
trouble will happen at all.
Call the drone.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to just go. Yeah, so it's just in my head. Yeah. When we get to Gull's room and we go to Mogwai and
Who?
give him love and everything, and then do you want to go to there?
Hmm.
We could even pass Gerald's hometown. We have the ship, so we might be able to get there a bit quicker.
I was thinking maybe the capital city while we're up this end, because it's going to take a while to get there. And with the Dark Entity, I was thinking of gathering more information in a bigger city.
Wait, what's the capital of this region?
I've totally forgot. Damn.
Please tell me it's Krogod.
Oh,
It
it's
is
something.
Kurlgard Charge.
Oh, Charge. That's one.
Yeah, it's Kurlgard Charge is the capital city of Yildirheim.
Yeah, what? Krillgard Charge.
I second that. Yes, that's...
And then
Nice
from
little
there,
hiking map, I think.
we can jump to wherever. Anyway,
Going ship then Krogod?
we'll have a discussion when we get to the ship. How about that? It'll give us time to think.
We can
Yeah, I'm sorry.
travel
Could you
on.
just bring us out to that bigger map, please? So I
Sure
can
thing.
look at that.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
You want the world map?
Yeah, the world map,
Yeah,
please.
cool.
Right, guys, I'm going anyway. Back in a bit.
Yeah,
Say
'cause
hi.
we're down here. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can sail there.
So I'll just go out the door.
Okay.
Say hi.
I won't.
Don't give a shit.
Okay. So
I'll just go.
as Theron hurls away one last time to see Olivia, is there anything any of you want to do in the meantime before as you pack up and before you get ready to leave? Anything you want to do or talk about? It's completely up to you.
I'm going to just slink behind the bar and see if I can find any potions.
Potions, you don't see any like potion vials or any kind of like semblance of any arcane potion. You see some booze and some spirits in like wide bottomed sort of round bottom vials and things like that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to pocket a few of them.
Okay, so bear in mind they are kind of like almost like nearly like I'd say just downsize a basketball by a third. They're kind of hefty.
Do they have like the netted bottom?
They do.
Nice. And I will grab 3 of them,
Okay.
tie them to my belt.
Okay. So again, I'd say probably about the size of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And they come up to the neck and the little funnel with the cork in, and you see one is completely transparent clear liquid.
Mm-hmm.
One is a golden amber, and
Nice.
the other liquid is this like murky green sludge.
Oh,
You can tell when you move it a little bit. It's like it's like a good mix between liquid and yogurt, or like cream cheese, where it's just and that's the most it'll move.
Ew.
lovely.
It's like mozzarella water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still tie it to the belt.
Okay, you
Delish.
you just tie them off all around, one on either side and one on the back.
I give it a bit of a shake now.
As you shake, it kind of like the weight just like just sticks to the top and the bottom as you shake, and it kind of like catches. But then you spin it a little bit after the initial shake,
Shaking
and
it back better.
yeah, and you do see almost like these like sort of like greeny, like sludgy mozzarella bits just like swirling,
Oh my God.
swirling at the bottom, whereas the top is more of this like solid, almost chunk of this green sludge.
Mm.
Lovely.
Mm.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yum.
I'd like to approach Aaron actually. Missing him. I'll go up.
Uh-oh.
No. Look, I don't particularly like you. You're tall, you can fly, and no, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. Look, You use a bow, don't you?
Turn my head to him.
Mm.
Nod.
Oh. Well, where we're going, it's going to be dangerous, and I suppose you will probably make better use of this. And I'd like to pull out, and I'm going to hand him, if he accepts it, the bow of base.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Sounds good.
I'll reach out.
Okay.
Oh, did someone just leave?
Yeah.
Matt just disconnected
okay.
there.
Sorry. Yeah, just give us a few moments and we'll be back. Just give us 2 moments and we'll be back to it. Okay, sorry about that. Fuck Theron, technical issues. But yeah, Gerald, you offer the bow of base over to Aaron, and Aaron, you readily accept it.
Can't find it yet, but okay.
Is it BASE?
Definitely. It's in my inventory, that's how it's spelled.
So yeah, if you go on manage your inventory, if you're on your character sheet, on your inventory, hit manage, and then on the little search bar you can just search bow of base. There's that for you.
It should be a short bow, as things go.
No result.
I can find it.
Yeah. I can also.
I wonder if I've got any filters that I can't
Don't know.
see.
But we can go over that a little bit later anyway.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But yeah, but Aaron, you readily accept this bow as Gerald's. Pretty much gives you the quick summary of what it does.
Okay. Okay, so I'll receive the bow and be like, "What? Why are you giving this to me?"
A gesture of goodwill.
It will not be forgotten. And I'll give him a nod. And put it on my back.
As you do, you do get a better chance to look at it, and it is a gorgeous construction of oak, but with this like bright orange fabric wrap around most of it. Not very, subtle or covert about it, and because I think, if I'm not mistaken, does Giles, can you tell me if it needs attunement or no?
It needs attunement, and once you're attuned, it emits like a little bass line, essentially, as you're wearing it.
There you go.
Oh, a constant sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are permanently at -1 stealth.
Okay.
But that's only when you're attuned to it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, currently it's doing fuck all.
Yeah.
It's just a bow.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Got a nice looking bow.
don't think I have anything that I can give back to him.
Your original bow. Here you go.
Yeah, I guess.
Trade for trade.
Would you like this bow in return?
No, I have no use for that.
And
Not
you,
even a good shot.
you notice as well that longbow is just about twice the height of Gerald.
I'm sure if you need to hit something really far away, that might help.
Would you like my shoulder?
Pull out an arrow. This?
If you insist on giving me something fine, I will take that. I'll take the arrow.
Okay. Alright, is there anything anyone else wants to do while you're packing up?
I'm going to meditate and wait until everyone else is done, but mostly purely on my knowledge of the shepherd. I am going in at it now.
Okay. So, Terry, you sit down over in one corner, a little bit further away from everyone, packing and talking as you just take a breath and you begin to meditate.
Got everything on me anyway, so.
Yeah, as you do. Theron. Muted.
Sorry.
You make it to the keep, you go over the last few things with Olivia, and just as you finish writing the last sentence, she looks at you. I'm still going to miss you, brother.
I'm gonna miss you too.
And she goes in for a big hug.
By the way, if you do the suicide thing, can you at least magically send me a message so I've got a chance to...
Okay. How about if I do the suicide thing, I will leave a very, very nice letter.
No.
No.
I want you to I want you to magically send me a message there and then before you decide to do
Okay,
it. So
well,
at least...
Listen, I'll just be a lot happier baking.
Yes. Yes. By the way, I've got an idea. As I'm adventuring to kill this ancient evil thing, I'm going to get recipes from every city I go to, and I'm going to send them you.
Okay. Thank you.
And then you've always got something new to bake.
Does that
And then
mean
when I come to visit, I got stuff to taste.
you'll have at least one of everything? Probably two,
Yeah, I
because
know.
like when we were younger, you are the greedy little piggy.
Yeah, I totally am.
Well, it's all worked out for the better now, brother. And again, I'm sorry about everything before.
It's okay. You're my sister.
Well, we have everything
Yeah.
sorted
Yeah, totally
out.
awkward right now.
It's fine.
I'll keep on using sending so I can keep in touch with
Okay.
you. And
That's fine. Well, the next few days are going to be waiting on word from the other towns and villages while we build the bakery and begin to tell everyone of the new rules and the new orders. Not that life should change all too much, but
yeah, I've also done a deal with the Wanderers, so set up a shop called Companions Essentials. One of them is going to run it. They'll
very
probably
well.
steal all the money, but hey.
Are we bothered about that for the sake of Geralf?
As long as they don't rob everything that Geralt has. So
Very well. Well, I'll keep my eyes on them, and
please do.
I will have my builders begin to construct the bakery and the shop.
Okay.
But if anything gets out of hand, I will be in touch.
No worries. I think Tara will be keeping in close contact with Lily.
Who?
The shadow knifey girl, red hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
She seems really nice.
She's capable and can be quite ruthless and murderous, but
As long as my little brother
Sorta
definitely
like-
can be kept safe, even by little girls, then as long as you're safe, that's all I care about. Now, one more hug.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And just in that hug, you kind of catch yourself and you just hear Olivia. You know she'd be proud of both of us.
I know.
Now, go. Your friends are probably waiting for you.
And she just sees Theron just wipe a tear.
You see like
You didn't see anything.
You see her eyes welling up. You didn't see anything.
Yes, I'm going. Yeah,
Goodbye.
I'm
Go.
going.
Bye.
And as I go, I just punch her in the arm and walk off.
You just say, "Fuck."
Love you, sis.
Love you too. Dick. And
I heard that.
and you close the door and continue back to your friends. Theron, as you do get back to the small hovel,
Everyone's dead.
yes, rocks have fallen, everyone's died, TPK, good to go.
Make new characters.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Theron, you notice that there is a large, almost like a deluxe-sized cart with 6 horses reared out in front of it, just outside the small hovel. You see behind the cart is a large wooden cart/trailer that is attached to the carriage, and you see a large mass of something with blankets coated over to cover it up, and like ropes tied around to keep this object on the large cart.
Fuck me, he was such a big bastard.
At that point,
I'll do, as I'm going past, I'll just tap where the thing is, like Raylo's buddy.
yeah.
You right, buddy? Right, so where is everyone?
As all of you hear that muffled voice of Theron shout from outside.
Right, I'm gonna kick Rom. Rom, get up. You're going.
Where are we going?
Back home. God damn it. I'm gonna be grabbing his arm and just pulling him up. He's
not too quickly. And as you pick him up, he just flops over kind of and just pukes everywhere on the floor, on your feet, on his shoes. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
And-
So
and-
let's
and-
get
and-
Aaron's feathers.
Yeah. And he just looks at you. And you just see like just a trail of vomit just
Ew.
lodged in through his beard.
Yeah.
I've really missed you.
Okay, right, let's go. I'm gonna precisize myself. I'm not gonna bother with him. He can fucking suffer with this.
Just chunks a second.
Yeah. Like solid chunks of like carrot and potato in there, and just as you wander out.
I'm gonna give Gerald a hand and lift this guy up from the back like a suitcase. just carry him out.
And at that point,
Yeah.
you just just hold on onto his onto his trousers and his belt, and just like
One-handed.
just pull up, and you just see him. Oh, what is happening?
Right. You get any vomit on my cape? I'm dropping you.
You can never drop me. I am the light of your life. And he's just getting puke again over. And Aaron, it does kind of just get on the side of your leg a little bit.
Are they outside by this point?
At this point, as you
Master
see,
throws him.
as you see Aaron following Gerald out the door, and Aaron is
I
just
do purposely just drop him a second after he throws up because I'm at the front, aren't I?
you just drop him.
Yeah, I drop him to then pick him back up afterwards to be like,
Okay,
that's
yeah. And you see both Aaron and Gerald walk out with Carrie and Braun.
Brian, clean yourself up, boy. And I've choose prestidigitation and cleaning them up.
Well, you're cleaning him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's horrible.
And all the sick, all the chunks just disappear.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you guys out as well.
Have a bit more fortitude, really.
Right. That is a nice cart. Who's this big dude on the back?
He was a team member. Rayla.
Ooh, tough shout. How'd it go?
Gerald, don't forget, Pop.
Oh shit, yes, if I forget completely, I'll just drop him again. And go
No! I'm fine. And he begins crawling up onto his
Don't worry,
onto
I'm
his feet. Yeah, just to try and like
I
crawl
died,
into the big
but I'm
carriage.
fine now.
I died. Yeah, Gerald, you run in and you see Pop is completely passed out, and you see standing right next to him with the sled ready, Leech.
Yeah. Leech, we're gonna get a move on. Do you want to drag him now?
No.
Fair enough. I mean, he's just gonna call you Lurch as soon as I wake him. Your choice.
Roll an intimidation or persuasion check with advantage.
Did I gain any knowledge in the
Intimidation, I feel I'll go with this.
I'll tell you in a minute.
That's not 20. So
Nice.
that is 30. No, sorry. Intimidation is only 6, so 26.
Only, okay,
Oh, it'll be
only
sucks.
26,
Yeah.
guys. It's fine.
Oh, it's okay.
Straight away, you see the
Level
orc.
11.
You see the orc just. I don't want that.
Let's get going then.
Okay. And he just like grabs Pop, kind of just pulls him off of the stool, and he just like slams onto his back on the sled. As he then just goes, "We're going now," and he just begins to just like power walk, just drag the sled, so much so that when he twists out of the door and around that corner, the sled kind of just like drifts across the ground slightly, and you see Pop kind of just like just bang into a wall before he keeps getting dragged on the sled.
And as all this is happening, I just start to make a ritual. And I want to summon my horse.
Okay, awesome. So you begin to draw all of the symbols and anywhere you need to be, or anything you need to have down there to summon the horse. And for Terra,
Yes.
through the meditation, roll a religion check for me, please.
Can do. It's still trash. No, it's 10. I got 1 extra.
You
Still can't put my finger on it.
remember Duke mentioning the shepherd once, very like flippantly, almost just as a quick where I've been, where I'm going, stuff like that. And yeah, aside from that, unfortunately, you haven't been able to gain any new knowledge into said shepherd.
I'll get up and hearing nice ride. I'll go out and
Okay. And
nod my head and walk.
as all of you do look, it is a very well built carriage. Like, it's not all flashy and for like, you know, royalty, but it's imagine like a like more of like a storage or like a utility carrying like off-road SUV would be the best comparison to this incredible carriage. Yeah, with horses. They just get run over with the SUV, but the carriage is just, everything is just like thick joints. It's solid. It's durable.
Built for purpose.
Built very much for purpose. You see the horses as well have these coats on them that go across their backs and just to their rumps, and sort of like slight blinders, and they all have like solid metal armor going across those coats. And on the back you see a very large mass of blankets and ropes tying tying rail off to the cart. And you see, just at the front of the carriage, you see a small gnome with a small riding crop and holding onto the reins.
Hello.
Is this not the doctor?
I'm sorry, who?
Like, hey, you got space on there for a skinny one?
Was that a joke?
You know me. You know me.
Okay, go on.
I'm jumping in. I'm going to jump on in next to him.
Okay, you go up to the front and jump up and sit right next to him, and he kind of looks at you like,
I'm going to grab the amber liquid to pop the cork out. Want a bit?
Once we get en route, maybe. Yeah.
As you please, and then I'll take a big swig of whatever it is.
Okay.
And cork it back up.
you, as soon as you take a swig, you taste like a very strong cinnamon taste, but with like a fiery heat of whiskey kick behind it that just not only wakes you up, but you very quickly feel it fucks you up as well as you take that big swig, and as you kind of
Fireball.
give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
A stronger fireball.
A very stronger fireball. And the little gnome sort of leans out of the front of the carriage, and looks to all of you.
I apologize. Who's the leader amongst all of you?
It's me.
Okay. Where shall we be going today?
We'll be going to Graldine.
Graldine would require more than just a carriage.
Goldrome.
Gauldron. Oh, well, that is a lot more accessible with a carriage. And
I've even got it
horses.
fucking written down, and I still put it fucking down.
You're just fucking useless.
At least I didn't completely forget it. I got close with the G.
So, Gauldron it is. Are you sure?
I'm positive as the leader.
Very well.
And as I'm doing the ritual, I'm just like,
Is everyone ready to go then?
Yes. Finn, did you pick up the potion from your favourite buddy?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be straight with you. I really have to speak to that guy again. Plus, didn't he say he needed 3 days to make it? So, I mean,
Look there, we've been waiting 3 days.
and then you'd have to talk to him.
I know we'd have to talk to him, and then he's gonna make some kind of weird comment, and you know,
Well, that's your money. You've wasted.
well,
We can go.
technically it was your money.
Well, technically, it's your investment money, and you screwed it. We can go.
Okay then. Everyone climb in.
And as you all do climb into the carriage, joining Finn, well, just behind Finn, you see it is a closed off carriage. Nothing fancy, just very boxy, built for purpose. But you go inside and there's 2 small benches, one on either side facing each other on either end. And they look comfortable, they look cushioned. You can easily fit, I'll just say for in-game, 5 medium creatures shoulder to shoulder on one bench inside this.
Nice.
It's wide and it's spacious. And the gap between to the other bench, I'd say is solid about 4 to 5 feet.
Okay.
From where your feetsies will end and the other person's opposite you.
You could
feetsies.
pace in the middle.
You could pace a little bit.
Nice.
I'm not going to go in. I'm going to stand on the top.
Yeah. You see the gnome just as he's about to crack the whip, and everyone hears just all around you in the carriage.
What's going on back there?
Oh, don't worry, he's just security.
Leader, shall I be worried?
No, you will be fine.
Very well.
And he get the small gnome, and you notice clean shaven but huge mutton chops.
Nice.
Huge grey and brown mutton chops, and a slight little wavy little comb over. As he is smartly dressed, very much in a sort of 3-piece suit, gnome size, and he just turns to you, Finn, with this very, very awkward and uncomfortable look, Off we go then. and all of you feel that lurch as the carriage continues to pull away. Speaking of lurch, you see Leech is like sat on the back, kind of sitting on the same trailer as Raylof's form is. And because you just see like a small little window, like no bigger than like, I'd say letterbox size, that you can look out towards the back, and you just see he's like just sitting on the back, at least of the trailer. But you all begin to enjoy the rhythmic sounds of the horses just beginning to.
Oh, just before we start to enjoy the journey too much, I'm just going to dive off, fly over, pick up Braun that we left behind. Because he's passed out on the floor. Then fly back, drop him into the trailer with Leech, and then land back on the roof.
Okay.
Nice.
I'd say roll an athletics check for me.
He's not flying.
Yeah, with advantage, purely because...
He's falling.
Yeah.
Style. So how far away is the carriage with Raylof's trailer chunk?
I'd say where like as like your carriage ends and is hooked up, I'd say no more than like a foot. No more than like maybe 10 to 12 inches away.
Is this the window that we can see from an openable window at all?
No, it's just it lets the breeze in. There's no glass paneling in there. It's just an open letterbox.
Can we reach his Isley figure?
No, not from.
Well,
not there, because the window is a bit higher set, so you'd kind of go up and then down to try and get. But
6. No worries. That's the end of my question.
Okay.
19.
Expertly, all of you feel the carriage shake slightly, and you hear the gnome once more.
Continue.
Very well. As everyone, you jump and just glide around and coast. And as you coast around a few townsfolk, you grab Braum with your
Talons.
I think that's because you have feet talons, don't you?
Yeah.
You grab with your feet talons, just nipping a little bit deep into his butt and his back, and you just hear him. Oh, well, that is a sensation. As you like just carry him through, and you just pass over the trailer, and you just see Leech just staring. And as Braum hits down, all of you don't feel any shaking in the carriage, but you hear a loud from the trailer.
I'm gonna stand up on the stool and have a look through the little window.
For you, it'd be like just on your knees as you peer up, but as you look through, you see Braum passed out, partially like one leg over the still frozen, still large chunk of ice of Rayloff, and the other hand just like over his face.
He's fine. I'm gonna sit back down.
As
Is my horse been summoned yet?
yes,
Oh, good.
and you all feel that just this weird shake on like swooshing motion as the carriage is unsettled. As Aaron, you get back onto the top of the carriage, and Theon, you summon your steed. How long does your steed last for?
1 hour.
Okay.
Takes 11 minutes to redo, and then I can go for another hour.
Okay.
So on and so forth.
Yeah. So, is there anything anyone wants to do on the journey back to Goldrone, or just focus on?
I'd like to be. So Gerald has pulled out a letter that he has been writing before, but on the back of it, he's just going to start a drawing.
Okay.
Which, unless I'm going to like keep it sort of towards myself anyway, that anyone look. Well, if anyone looks, I will describe what you're going to see.
Okay.
I'm going to drunkenly try and persuade the gnome, like, you know, Tara back there said they were the leader, but I'm kind of a leader myself.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
I'm,
nice.
did some cool stuff. Did some cool places.
Yeah.
Came from space, you know. Space.
You see the gnome just look at you, just.
Well, that sounds lovely.
So, yeah. Any other questions? Just feel free to ask me. And
Okay.
I'll just go past like the front where Finn is. I'll be like, "You right, boss?" And I'll swing.
Theron, do you want to just
he knows.
do you just want to describe how Kronos looks to Aaron and Finn? It's the first time you've seen Theron's arcanely summoned steed.
Named
It's
Kronos.
like, yeah.
Nice.
Master of time.
Time.
Basically, it's sort of like it's solid. It's solid, but slightly ethereal at the same time. It's like a black and purple sort of hue, and in his eyes, it looks like galaxies, like loads of different like nebulae and galaxies, and
Pretty swirly pattern.
yeah.
But as you pass by and you motion over to the boss, Finn, and you see the gnome just.
It's lovely. It really is.
It just whips the horses a little bit more.
Not having any of it, like.
And they get there faster.
Yeah.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's currently daytime. Right now, from where the sun is at. Aaron, you know, roll a survival check for me, please. As you're just gauging the time from the sun's position in the sky.
14.
14, okay. Yeah, 14 as you look up, and you can estimate roughly, it's already past noon, and give or take it's about 3 in the afternoon. Between 2 and 3, you know, it's fairly early afternoon.
I'm going to lie on my back on the top of the carriage.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out this bow that Gerald gave me and just contemplate.
Okay.
See if I can figure out what's the crack with it.
Okay, so I'll take that as your short rest to attune with the item. So along the journey, after a couple times that Theron, you muted. After a couple times that Theron, you pass with the steed, and then you.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and sort of keep a watch.
Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah. Because my horse will be faster than all these. I think it can do like 13 miles in an hour if it really wanted to.
But you keep stopping, and sometimes, you know, as the spell is about to end, you do ritual summon again. But I'd say just on the 4th hour, as you are all careening away from Geralf and through Yoldurheim, heavy-set snowfall, heavy-set snow coating everywhere. The path barely visible. You end up passing a large canyon that's on your left shoulder for quite a while. Almost like a huge, like, monumental scar in the earth. As you notice that across that scar, that ravine, there's no snow. Not a single speck of snow is there.
It's fine. Move on.
Completely legit.
Yeah, but you continue.
We don't want near death again.
You continue along the roadway, and you begin to see the scenery open up of Yoldurheim, of the mountains across the range, and the hard, like the very hardy trees that can live through this cold climate. And instantly, Finn and Aaron, as you get settled into this carriage, well, Aaron especially, as you begin to feel the breeze and the chill, it becomes freezing cold. As all of you do find yourselves shivering slightly and wrapping up with extra layers if you have them.
No, Theron keeps pressure dish ties in, keeping himself warm.
Okay. And
I'm going to cast Alter Self,
Mhm.
and I'm going to just grow like beaver fur all over me.
Okay. Do you want to describe what it looks like to everyone then, Finn?
It looks very, very moist. Like,
Oh,
So
I'm like
after-
otter
You could have
fur
said
then.
warm.
Yeah,
you could have said
like-
warm. But no,
like
moist.
otter fur. Yeah, like
So-
otter fur.
So after you see Finn kind of like moving his fingers across other hands and along his other fingers and tracing things in the air, before you see him almost like usher all of the arcane in front of him to himself. And as he does, you see Finn like just look to all of you, and in a couple moments you see Fur just
I'm interested to see what the gnome says.
and instantly, right after the first sprouts, and it's all nice and sharp and bristly and dry and vibrant, it quickly just almost all of the blades of fur just drop, and it looks matted and just like so moist that it's almost like you know when you meet that guy that has too much hair gel in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you can imagine
Exactly.
it's either like as hard as concrete, or if you go through, you just hear that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Finn looks exactly like that. Still himself, but just moist, wet fur all over him. It is beginning to stink rapidly of just wet dog otter fur. And
Yeah.
just at that point, you see the small gnome look up to you.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to lie down with your friends or rest in the back? It's going to get rather chilly.
What do you reckon to this?
I'm sorry. What do I reckon to this?
This keeps me lovely and warm,
Okay.
so I can stay up here with you.
Oh,
I'm going to give him a
fantastic.
boisterous Josh to the side.
And you see in that
Offer
moment,
him some more.
you just see as you josh the gnome, and he just and you just see him holding onto the reins, and you see the horses just as they are pulled off to the side for a moment as he's hanging off for a second, and he climbs back on.
That was a close one.
And then you just see him very very annoyed at you.
Yes, it was.
Try not to do that again.
Theron comes
He
by.
just aggressively whips the horses forward.
Theron comes by. Can you stop messing about, guys?
And you just see the gnome like,
I mean, like, don't listen to this guy. You're driving just fine.
Thank you.
I'd use mage hand to middle finger, but I'm too busy keeping myself warm. So a normal one I'll have to.
A regular old bird.
Yeah.
What? Oh, excuse me. New leader of this group. What is your name?
Well, I go by many names, but everyone here knows me as Finn.
Okay. Thank you.
What's your name?
That does not matter. I just wanted to make sure I knew your name, so when we get there, we can have a discussion, and they know who I'm talking about.
You must have a name. Come on.
Yes, of course I have a name, but it does not... We are not friends. I'm sorry, I'm very eagerly, deeply sorry, but we are not friends, are we?
You sound like a Randall. I'm going to call you Randall.
My name is not Randall, it's Trail.
Oh, so you do have a name.
It's Randeal.
It is Trail. If you are going to call me anything, I refuse to be called Randall. That is a disgusting name, and very
Okay, Randy.
peasanty.
And you just see his eyes, like, just his head just snap over to Theron as he rides past, just on the steed, and just screams, Randy, as he goes past.
He knows again.
Very well. It is Randall.
And whips the horses. You...
As we've been traveling, sorry if I may,
Sure, yeah.
as we've been traveling well. Hey Tara, do you think this conveys my feelings enough? I go to turn and show him what I've been drawing for the past
Show her.
however long. Show her, sorry.
Girl power.
My apologies.
Fuck yes. Yes, queen.
What's good?
You just hear a vacant voice from the ether. Yes, queen!
Ew.
Kill me now.
Yeah.
So from
I
this
want
though,
myself
you
out.
as you decide to look over, you'll just see that Gerald has drawn a fully encompassing a fairly large piece of parchment. It is just a naked full body picture of Adelon with Gerald's drawn in between his head's you can only see the beak coming from in between the tits, and that is just encompassing most of his head and neck, and then of course, so basically you're just seeing him lying compassed in between pair of tits. Like, does this show just what I want to do when I see her next?
You know what? I think it does.
You think I got the breast size right? Or did I go too small?
I've never seen, but a dragon? I think that's underflattering. I think if underput, I'd have to see them for myself, but I'd only think that they'd be a bit more plump. Maybe on point, maybe I'll kind of try to point at both of them. I think you've managed to get yourself perfect.
You're right. I don't want to offend her. I'm gonna rip up the parchment. I'm gonna start again.
Okay, so you all continue to travel through...
I'm going to collect them,
Yes.
and I'm going to mend them back together.
very quickly, Gerald, after you rip them and just like throw them to the ground and let them piece of parchment float down, you see Terra scramble them, and you just begin to hear like muttering incantation. Davina.
I'm gonna be more focusing on like redrawing this and making the breast larger now.
And all of you continue on to travel through the blistering cold, and you travel for the next day or so. You notice the horses are... Theron, you can tell these horses are a lot faster. They don't need to rest as much. They don't need to eat as much. They are trained to travel. And
It's because they came from Giroth.
yeah. And you all end up riding on through the night. You all complete a long rest.
Nice.
And once the not your morning, as you all wake up and you find the sun a little bit brighter than the early morning dawn should be. And Finn, you kind of wake up and you are slumped over Randall, and he is just kind of like just miserable as you're like you've got your head over his shoulder and just and as all of you begin to wake up, you hear Randall begin to announce,
we're there now. We made great haste through the night, and everyone wake up. We're there.
and you just said, Finn, you'll... but eventually you do wake up. And you stretch
Can I
up.
say,
Oh.
I say during the whole day, I
We're
also
doing a
attuned to
good
the mist
cat.
spellbook. Also, that.
You were what? So with the spellbook?
Could I attune to the mist spellbook during
Yes.
that day
Yes,
of
you
travel?
can.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I tune to my bow, or does that require
Absolutely. Yeah.
something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
For everyone, attunement. For at least this game, as the table rules, you only need to take a short rest to say that you are, focusing on that item or you're going to attune to it. And if you are able to attune to it, then you will be attuned after a short rest.
What hit dice are we rolling hit dice
No.
for health?
No.
regen and
No,
rest?
you just a long rest, you refill everything.
Yeah, you gain half of your hit dice back on a long
sure,
rest if you've used
There's
it.
there's a button at the top. Jim,
Yeah,
that
there's
says
an
long
anvil,
rest.
or there's a long rest, and then you just press long rest again, and make sure the HP thing is ticked to give you refill, replenish everything.
I think it says long rest.
I think we need to kill Theron.
Yeah,
but,
me too. But
I missed that button. Where the fuck is that?
you all begin to hear that dirt, or that you all begin to hear the clips and the clops of the horses just like it begin to crunch through snow. All of that crunching begins to end, and you begin to hear a more solid thud of horse on dirt as it just begins to, and you begin to make it into the small village of Goldrone. The immediate thing you see is, for all of you, you see this immense, ancient red dragon, frozen as frozen, if not more so, as Rayloff. And you see the image below the ice is baring its teeth and lowering its head, and the piercing serpent-like eyes are ever watching. However, the ice around the ancient red
here we
dragon
go. I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, boy.
has seemed to be carved, and with a few extra cracks here and there, you see the large body of a chicken eye sculpture set around this ancient red dragon. That's the immediate thing you see.
Whoa.
This chicken is huge, then.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
colossal, in the dead center of the small village. And at
That was Gerald.
that point, as Tara and the rest of you begin to pull up on the carriage, as Finn and Aaron, you're staring up at this giant chicken dragon.
Oh.
Tara, you notice, you look around and there's no one around.
No.
Guys?
Yeah.
Is it me, or is everybody just not here?
And you see Pop look around from the window. Oh, what is going on?
We've literally just come back.
What time is it? It can't be that late.
I'll look up to the sky to see how early we got there.
It's about midday.
I'll start looking through the town.
I'll
We're
take off,
at
and I'll do
Okay. Aaron, you
what's
straight
the word
away
I'm looking for?
a little coast around, or a little bird's eye view, a
Yeah.
little recon.
Reconnaissance.
Recon.
Yeah, recon, scout.
Yeah.
The carriage just shakes again as Aaron leaps off and high in the sky, cast your wings out as you begin to coast and scout and recon around. Roll a perception check for me, please, with advantage.
I will go out to the driver and to Randall,
And you just see him like looking at you, miserable.
Is the ship there?
Yeah, the ship's there.
I'm gonna pat him on the leg, I'm assuming, or somewhere that's close because I'm standing on the floor. Hi,
Hello.
I'm assuming they've paid for your service.
They have.
I'll pull him out a gold piece. thank you for getting here with such haste. It took us
You're welcome.
5 nights.
These horses are bred for travel, and even though I didn't get any sleep, as you just see him like looking over towards Finn, it was still a pleasant journey.
Well, we massively appreciate it.
You're very welcome. If you need me again, here's my card.
Thank you.
I'm going to swipe in and take the card.
As you just
Theron's going straight towards.
yeah.
This card says trail, Randall.
Then change it to Randall.
And just at that point, you hear Pop in the back. Lurch, get me out! As Lurch quickly gets off of the trailer, putting the sled down and grabbing Pop and putting it back, and begins to like just go where Pop is pointing to. Aaron, what was your perception check?
18.
18. You dart up in the air, and as soon as you look down, you see against the beige and grey earth, the dark, makeshift wooden homes and houses. You see small little miniature gardens and farms from this layout, just behind the houses, little personal ones. And you begin to see numerous bodies laying across these gardens. From inside the windows of homes as you pass by, you see just a massacre of men, women, children, all in different states of array of cast across a table, sitting in a chair, lying in bed, flat on the ground with plates smashed all around them.
Lacerated or just dead, like with no obvious.
I'll say with your perception check being that good, the one thing you notice is singular red puncture marks in each one, either the head or the chest. About yay big, no more than 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And you see just families wrecked, and farmers, workers, blacksmiths, all in their homes, some in bed, peaceful, some look like they've tried to run. You see some of the doors partly open, and you see 2 women in one house that look like they were inches away from the door before they were mowed down.
Oh my god.
And just as you continue to scout around, you see outside the back of one small shop, you see this tall, long, grey-skinned figure trailing up about 9 feet tall, fully standing. This lanky, dishevelled and malnutritioned female form with matted, greasy hair coating all over her head and face. Her standing there with a grey cloth robe across herself, with multiple different bones that have been carved and designed into a necklace, adorning her as you just see her eyes looking up in the sky at you.
Oh.
And
okay, I'm gonna let off a really alarming, loud shriek.
Okay. And
like a dangerous shriek.
And just as everyone here, I'm going to try it one more time.
Yeah, good.
As all of you feel the panic surge as Pop is getting thrown onto the sled and taken home, and Aaron is just very quietly looking around, and you see, if Aaron's eyes could get any wider, they would, as he trails over all of Guldrone, this very small, compact village. You hear in the sky from Aaron just a as it echoes across the entire village. And as it echoes away, Aaron, you still find your gaze has been met and locked by this figure standing outside the back of that small home. Unmoving, not blinking.
That makes two of us.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. We'll come back for next week to pick up from there.
DM just likes killing innocent people.
No, listen, it's all on the story. Don't blame the DM. It's not, any kind of weird, dark sense of humor.
Don't blame the DM. Blame you.
Yeah. Blame you
Who's
guys
the fault? Us.
because you were there to save. But yeah, that was fucking awesome though, guys. I'm really, really excited for next week. Okay, well, to everyone who has stuck around to watch, we really appreciate it, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We can't wait to come back next week. So, with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you again next time.
Been a hoot.
Yeah.
Hoot.